Top morning, ladies. My name is Jess, and welcome to the What If. Oh no, this is What If um, Dragon Sniper was in My Hero Academia, and she is the combination of her father's, Snipe, and her mother's. Yeah, really haven't no plan to ship them together because they both have different quirks. Like Dragon Lady turns into a giant dragon, and Snipe could pierce through anything with just his gun. So yeah, but I hope that you guys enjoy this What If, and please leave a like, share, subscribe, and do all the fun things in the world. And yes, so how will I start this? Oh, yes. She has the same powers as her mother and her father's. Like, when I said powers, not quirks, because her quirk is actually similar to Lady Ninhun and her combined. So basically, she's could shoot out dragons from her gun. But if her gun got taken away, she can basically transform into a fire-breathing dragon that basically is strong. So, yeah. And I'm making making her the same age as like Zuko and Class 1A kind, because they got or like her father and her mother got married way before. And yeah. So, and at age of 4, they took her to the court doctor, and ends up like telling them that she has a quirk of Dragon Bullet's quirk. That surprised both of them. So the quirk doctor explains what that type of quirk does. She basically allows herself to turn into, or basically creates a little bullet that goes in to her gun, or into a gun. When it fires, a dragon comes out of and attacks her enemies, or pierce right through the target. As yeah. So she is kind of like a wild child, but and the one day she actually, when she was only at age of 10, her father and her mother didn't trust her with a gun, or like the dragon gun thing. So she got her gun taken away from her. Yeah, because they thought she might end up with a mass shooting. As she's okay with it. She wasn't really gonna shoot anybody. As she thought, she thought the dead body was in a body bag. But then when she says, or when she looked inside, it was just a bunch of, like, cans. And no, I'm not talking about a birds. I'm talking about, like, soda cans that have bullet wounds in them. As yeah. Snipe looked inside, and he did not realize that she was about to, like, shoot the cans. And she says, I was bored, so I already did all my homework before. As yeah. So when yeah. So she trains on her quirk. And she developed a new technique. Instead of using an actual gun, she plucks both hairs and she flicks it. Testing it on the can is a really good way to get practice in. So when she flicked, it activated and the can was obliterated. Yeah, pierced right through the can. As he said, or she says this, man, there's, and so yeah. So then she didn't have her gun until she had, of course, when she was at age of 15, she goes to UA. As, yeah, she ends up, shoots a hoon, the 0-pointer. As she takes a deep breath, and of course, before she plucked the hair, and then she shoots, or she takes a breather, deep breath, as she launches it, and when it did, it pierced through 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, all the way around. And Yeah, and then it fades away. As, yeah, it exploded with, yeah, all those 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers exploded with just like really fast. And she is surprised that she actually unlocked how to use without any weapons. Because her father took away her gun because it was uncomfortable and sends a bad rep to the heroes. So, yeah. And, yeah. So, I'm skipping the ball throw. And she's in class 1A. And, yeah. And someone in class 1, I think 1B, I'm trying to find them, really likes her so much. Tetsu Tetsu. Yeah, that guy. And was like in his head, he ends up like in his head whistling, and then after that, he says, "Ooh boy, that girl is funny." Yeah. So that I skipped the heroes versus villains, but at USJ, the the yeah. So I'm trying to think of, it would be like normal, but the Dragon Snipe girl was basically had the power of a literal dragon. So yeah. So when he runs up and grabs the Nomus before he strikes like her teacher down, as she says, "Don't touch my teacher, you big dumb jerk." As she threw him all the way around the entire thing, as she plucks her hair again, and she kills every high-end villain and a Nomu at the same time. Only people that were from the villains was Shiraki-san and Kirigiri. Yeah. I have a picture of them. It's just yeah, here. So, yeah. But all the high-end villains were dead in a matter of 1 second. One shot, boom. And she says, "Wow." Am I that really strong? So yeah, and a funniest thing, he picks up Mr. Aizawa, puts him on her back, and runs away. And, and like runs out of the building, dodging like Kirigiris is a warp portal things. And yeah, as she gets, yeah. So then at the sports festival, I'm skipping the rest of it. So yeah. So then at the sports festival, the she tells her daughter that to be careful. None of that bullet things. Okay? As yeah. So I am skipping that part, but when Todoroki versus like her, well, it's a first round. So Todoroki uses his ice to try to freeze her in place. But there was one thing. As her aura in her chest, like her body temp warmed it up so fast, it melted the entire ice in about 5 seconds. Yeah. As he says, huh. As no Todoroki, as she says, this is gonna be fun. As his or her hand transformed into a dragon's hand. Basically, do you see that one? Yeah. She clenched it so hard, and she punched Todoroki's chest so bad, sending him flying out of the ring. As his mother noticed that she has the same abilities. So yeah. As Zuko versus her. Him, was like, when she saw what her opponent is gonna be, she immediately blushed. And that made Tetsu, the from Class B, really jealous. Because, yeah. So, then all that stuff happened. And yeah, so Naim says, as the man, she's a pretty good snipe without or with or without a gun. She's pretty good. And so it was during the camp arc. As she says, yeah, I know that. And plus, our daughter's actually pretty good handling herself in most situations. And based off of her performance before, she took out staying by herself. Oh, without any pro hero support. And yeah. So, as she was curious of what her daughter can and do, she can handle herself in all situations. So, yeah, the snipe is like, man, our daughter's pretty weird with her quirk. Not every day that you see people like her ability. Yes. Yeah, so the then the camp park, or after the camp park, All for One decided to have the group of villains kidnap Dragon Snipe. Yeah. And she's also reason why I'm not having her on the screen full time is because she is also inherits from her mom the beauty. Basically, she has no interest in, yeah, because how beautiful she is, and her eyes is similar to Maya, Mei. Yeah. So, yeah. Plus, so everybody's like, man, you're pretty good with, your hair. Yeah. And she trains a lot with her, quirk, but something deep down, she's kind of got angry at something. Yeah. So, yeah, Class 1B shows up. And actually, one night, or actually, Tetsu was the with her, and yeah, he basically asked her on a date. And she accepts him. Yeah. So then, like, after actually, at All Might versus All for One thing, she was really couldn't, like, because she doesn't want All Might, her favorite symbol of peace, to die. So when she gets angry, she transforms into a dragon, and she was right in front of All Might, or in front of the attack, as this is what All Might, or All for One, sees. He's right here. As he says, Dragon Snipe, your her ability, your attribute is dragon. So you're basically, I could tell that you're upset. As the dragon version of her says in a demonic voice, because you try to hurt my favorite idol. Idol All for One. But time for you to pay. Yeah. As she lifts up on two legs, and when she opens her mouth, sorry about that. And yeah, her attack, the dragon snipe's attack, is similar to Blue Eyes White Dragon if its heads were fused together. Yeah. Basically like that. But way powerful, as she called her attack Chaos Blast. Yeah. Sorry, man. Let me get that. So yeah. And All for One was obliterated with the tensions of no return. So yeah, basically All for One is out of existence, like wiped out from even history. That's how powerful her attack is. As when she was done, the smoke comes out of her mouth, and she breathes really heavily. Took a lot of guts to, yeah. And yeah. And he almost, yeah. Everyone saw her attack, man. They were like, man. But there was one that still is in love with her. Tetsu was, she says, that's my kind of girl right there. As yeah. So as he transforms back into a human, and she helps All Might up to make sure he's okay. He's pretty bad bruised, but other than that, he could handle. Yeah. And then yeah. So she saw her own son transform into a fire breathing dragon. Let's say she was only. This is not a fire breathing dragon? Yeah. So she's ends up happy that her son has fire. Yeah. So yeah. It was just funny. As all of the people that saw her attack was pretty brutal. As yeah. As she tells herself that, man, I really need to learn to control my anger. As she understands that the Dragon Man or Dragon Sniper, that's her like hero name, but the Crystal, or no, not Crystal, the Celia is her name. Yeah, but I call her Dragon Sniper. Yeah. As her father says, man, if we knew that she had the power of the dragon and could use her hair as a weapon, and so it was finally time for her to get her gun back. So she does get her gun back. And as she asked her father if he wants to shoot the cans. The soda cans. As the was like, man, as Slim Aim says, sure, make it a challenge. Yeah. So they shot thousands and thousands and thousands of soda cans in about 5 seconds. Yeah. With one single shot. And the entire, like, competition, like, she says, typical, aren't ya? So yeah, then the overhaul fight thing, when she needs to, like, focus her energy on, like, because actually her one night her mother asked her about that her transformed into a dragon at a perfect time when you saved All Might's life. As he, or as she tells him, or she tells him, or no, she tells her that when I really get angry, Mom, when I really get angry, I transform into it. But I need to, like, use that power or transfer it to some other emotion so that when so yeah, as she says, I'll train you how to, like, move like your ability to transform into the dragon. Yeah. So now she's more rare than anyone. She has her parents' like bullet things. She has her mom's um like transformation into a dragon and shoots fire. So yeah. And she's a skilled sharpshooter like her father. Like, she could just shoot, like, whoever's trying to spy on her in the shower. She could have just used her hair. Whoosh, yeah, shoot him in the knee. Yeah. That's one of the, or that's what the those that's what he did, trying to spy on her when she's taking a shower. That's, yeah. So basically, he just, yeah, and he gets shot in the knees. And yeah. So then all that stuff. And overhaul fight thing, she focuses on her attacks. Because Overhaul was in his monster form. And they were like, or of course she only could go to that size. But let's say Overhaul was a lot bigger than her. So the dragon sniper, should I say, or sniperess, she ends up getting angry because her family is gonna get killed. She doesn't see the pro heroes as heroes. She sees them as family. She treats everyone as her family except for those ones that are trying to kill somebody. Or like a villain. So you know what she did? She transformed into a lot bigger dragon. Same size as the overhaul's monster form. And, as she runs right towards him, headbutts him, like, flew him all the way to sky high. And when she let go, she breathes out that white lightning thing. I forgot the attack name. So yeah, she of course won, and she actually, after like a whole US or UA, I almost said USJ, but then I was like, no. At UA, or a whole like after UA, Tetsu got like during all that time, him and her were dating each other, and they finally got married and had a kid that has a similar quirk to, but way more harder, like steel kind of dragon. like that, but on a whole nother level. Yeah. But it's like, of course, a girl. Not sponsored, sorry. Yeah. So, yeah. It was a boy that has the dragon sniper's powers mixed with Tetsu's steel ability. So yeah. Yeah. And this is the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and do all the fun things. So, bye.